Okay, this should be a fun session. This should be very, 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 very interesting. Not going to use YouTube. I'm looking at Twitch chat, whatnot. This video will mainly for YouTube, but I decided to stream on Twitch as well because why not? This is going to be a updated bonus video for Sonic 2. Because we have some new stuff. Some stuff that has come out recently over time, that was not... I'm trying to explain this here. This is going to be a live stream. Basically, I'm going to be playing 3 prototypes of Sonic 2 that came out during the interim between the end of the playthrough and the bonus videos then, and being leaked more recently. So we're going to go in order of how far along. Now, all 3 of these prototypes date after Simon Y prototype, but before Beta 4. So these should have some interesting changes detailing progress between Simon Y and Beta 4. So first off, we have what is considered the Alpha prototype. This was dumped very, very recently, only a month ago actually. This was dumped a month ago on November 10th during Hidden Palace's Sonic Month, and has a build date of August 21st, 1992. So we still have this title screen. We're just going to run a normal loop of the game. One thing to note, I guess, I'm seeing immediately is that Sonic and Tails, I assume, have their final, these are their final, sprites now. I'm going to hit the record button on here as well. There we go. Okay, so this is just in case everything goes wrong. So this is the... I just hit record. This is the August 21st, 1992 prototype for Sonic 2, also known as the Alpha build. This comes after Simon Y, before Beta 4. So we don't have some stuff yet. First thing I'm going to do is do a normal loop of the game, then we're going to go to the level select and do all that sort of stuff. So straight away, we still don't have title cards, but it seems that normal loop starts at Emerald Hill once again. Yeah, we have coconuts. Tails still runs off of Done AI, yeah, okay, so we have our final, Tails can actually die for me, that could be fun. There's no box there, so there's still some level design changes. Tails. So Tails' AI is still very bugged. Level design in Emerald Hill is still not final, but is getting closer to final. Coconuts is now here. He wasn't in Simon Y, which means the unused enemy is now gone. Yeah, so this is some sort of like weird combination of final layout for Emerald Hill, but also not. What the hell? That was really weird. This is like some sort of really weird combination of final layout, but not. This wall is solid. That should not be solid. So there's still some issues, obviously. I need to go up. So some parts of the wall are opened out. That coconuts is in a very bad place. I want to get up there without hitting him. There we go. Alright. Tails can actually die though, so like I need to collect rings so that he doesn't die. I'm pretty sure if Tails actually dies, then things can actually fail. No end of act stuff yet. Spin dash is now final. I can rev it up more than once. Ooh. I think the spike bug is actually still present. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, pretty sure I read that the spike bug is still present in this build. There's some really strange collision issues going on here. Thanks, Tails. So yeah, Tails' AI seems to be even worse than in Simon Y. He's doing things that he would never do in that proto. So kind of all over the place. This is different level design. Or I just haven't taken... Random chemical plant music, right? Okay. Music ID's still all over the place. Ow. Still some problems. Boss is mostly final, it seems. Is still taking a while to actually turn around at each end. Alright. So, seems like Chemical Plant has moved into the boss ID slot, but the actual slot for the music hasn't changed. There is no animal capsule. Alright. So level order seems to be a bit more complete now as we're going into Chemical Plant now. Some sounds are a bit off, I'm noticing. Slanted corners are still at Chemical Plant. Ooh. Still level design changes at this point. No enemies in Chemical Plant yet. Nice. We're definitely at final music now, though. Chemical Plant is a lot slower in Sun and Light. I don't think every stage has bosses. There might be more bosses in Sun and Light, though, because only 2 stages had bosses in... No, only 1 stage had bosses in Sun and Light. Which was Emerald Hill. Or called Green Hill at the time. Still have the slanted corners. Enemies still don't exist. You can still get squashed by things. These are definitely final sprites, though. So sprites have been finalized at this point. This is really cool, actually. I really like this. Only 1 monitor there, not 2. Yeah, I can definitely rev up the spin dash now. Come on. So, spin dash is now in basically final form. Tails sucks. Tails has no AI whatsoever that I can discern, although I really only have to worry about Tails in that. That doesn't fling me out that way, that flings me straight up. That's different. Visual bug. Spin dash. The dust from the spin dash stayed in the same spot. Quite a few big visual bugs still exist. Tails, yeah, Tails really isn't anything like Simon Y. He seems to have regressed. Maybe they were like fixing stuff or whatever. I have not gone this way in a long time because the ramps don't work as they do in the final yet. Huh, went behind that background element. That's pretty cool. Ugh. That was different. Oh, that's annoying. These objects haven't been placed yet. Okay. Let's load level select. What's my A button? I can't. That's not it. Rice! Okay. Green Hill Zone. Wood Zone. Is this still here? Wood Zone is still here. Okay. Has any more progress been made on it? Or is it at the same state as it was in Salmon Y? Yeah, no. No progress can be made. Doesn't look like this stage has been updated at all since Salmon Y at all, actually. Tails. Tails. Your AI sucks. Come here. Whatever. So Tails just seems to follow Sonic's inputs completely. With no changes. That's dead. I'll go back normally. Wood Zone's no more complete than it was before. This just means I assume that, Hidden Palace will be there as well. We'll get to that. Metropolis Zone. I think I have final background now. Tails. I can't tell if that's the final background yet. Just gonna play a bit of this. How did you get there? Tails. That's it! Wait a minute, what? Oh god, enemies exist? Oh no, enemies exist. Enemies exist! Disasterons. Shellcrackers. Oh god, more enemies exist. So we're at a point where enemies actually exist. Still seems to be some level design changes. That squashed me. Let's load up, that one. I assume all 3 acts are here. Enemies? No enemies in this act specifically? Is it only like Act 1? I assume Metropolis Zone is now in the normal zone lineup at this point because, Tails. Go down. I could have zipped them. Are there any enemies in this act, or is it only Act 1? Are there any mechanics of the stage in place here? That'd be pretty cool. Looks like... So there's some changes in Metropolis Zone. And I don't know if this is actually final artwork or not. Oh, hello. You're bouncing really a lot. It doesn't seem like this is completely final level design. But... seems like enemies only exist in at least Act 1. There's nothing here. Lava still doesn't work. At least not yet. So there's still some things that need working on at this point, but Metropolis Zone here is far more complete than it was in the Salmon Y prototype. Should we know that the final build date is like a month from this point? So, fun times all around. I do want to see what bosses actually are in the what. That's strange. That's very different. I don't know if it does that in the funnel. Doesn't seem like it does. Looks like we're definitely approaching final game levels here, because the HUD's changed as well. This is where the boss would be. Does the boss exist yet? No. No boss there. But we can finish Metropolis Zone, so that makes me think that Metropolis Zone is in the zone lineup. Hilltop. Enemies are starting to be programmed though. So I believe there might be some enemies here. Tails, don't friggin' die. Yep, there's enemies there. Tail, what are you doing? Right, so Hilltop Zone now has enemies. Those are actually enemies on the roll result thing. Spinning areas still don't work as they are supposed to. Yeah. Those are actually the holes with eyes now. Tails! Calm down. Hilltop might have a boss that's in progress, because Hilltop is like one of the first bosses. Oh, look at that. It's actually got stuff going on in it. No more Barney the Dinosaur. So it seems like Hilltop's very, very much basically complete now. I assume the stage ends at the point that it actually does end now. We're missing objects here. Oh no, there it is. Does the rising lava work yet? Yes, it does. Some of the stuff don't work. That's beautiful. I do want to actually keep going, because I do want to know if there is any bosses that are actually complete. I feel like this comes after the still some sound and cues and stuff wrong. You don't automatically roll into a ball in those areas yet. Barney the Dinosaur's here. It's fine. We're all good. Go down. Thank you. Beautiful. I know what was really interesting from this Sonic month, while I just play through this very much nearing completion Hilltop menu, was the Sonic 3 proto that came out. This isn't going well. This is different. This is definitely different. I'm struggling to get through here a lot more than I usually am. No! Damn it. Get up there. There we go. That was slightly different design-wise. Can usually get through that no problem. That's there. Good on you. You got that right. Thank you for that. Those are slightly misplaced. Alright, so it seems like we have some problems with level design changes not reflecting object location changes. Running down there is so funny, because you don't usually do that. Yeah. That's a case of level design having changed since the Simon Wire prototype, but the object placement not changing to reflect that just yet. So those rings were in a location that would have been fine for it in Death Pit. That's a Death Pit now. Right. Debug stuff comes on. I want to get to the end of this stage, because I feel like, because Hilltop was like one of the first levels worked on in this game, that it would have a at least somewhat functional boss, but like I don't want to have to play through this stage over and over again if it happens. Try and do this without. Still some problems with collision on loops at this point. Tails, stop hitting everything. Right, so that right there is actually a death pit. Oh my god. So I can get up there. Tails, stop losing all my rings. Oh, what's that? Okay. This is a case of the level design has not changed yet. Tails! Calm down, buddy. Okay, so obviously the level now has to go past this point. Because it stopped here in a previous prototype, but it keeps going now. So that's good. Do we have anything of worth down here? Oh! Hello. Different boss arena. A prototype boss. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. It's a different boss arena, that's for sure. It's a lot bigger. It's not as much. Okay, well, no boss music came in there. We had a working boss. Mystic Cave Zone. So this is in a far more playable state than it was in the Samurai prototype. There's enemies here as well. Makes me consider Tails, stop hitting everything. Some level design changes with rings that don't reflect the level design changes. This could be an interesting one to play through. But it seems like Mystic Cave Zone has basically fully functional. There's enemies, there's in a much better state than it was in Sun and White. Where there it was basically just a stage for testing gimmicks and whatnot. But yeah, obviously rings are not reflective of level design changes just yet. Stop it. Thank you. It's a lot higher of a ring chimes are all over the place. Can't actually do anything there. I go back up. Is there like something I have to pull somewhere? Considering that we automatically went to this level, I assume maybe that we're able to continue. I just don't know how. So it seems like everything's kind of just stopped now. Objects and enemies have kind of just stopped. Well, it's definitely more complete than it was. Let's let up Act 2. I assume it's in the Dust Hill Zone. Yeah. Fails. Definitely enemies here. Some level design changes still seems to be a very common theme right now. How is Tails still with me? Like, I've barely done anything. That's a very weird and odd enemy placement. Then let Tails die under there. That's what we did with that. Whoa! That's a very different level layout right there. That's cruel. That's actually really mean. I want to know if there's a boss, but like I don't want to keep playing it. I assume there is. There might be a boss. Because we've seen the Hilltop boss. What's that one there? We've seen a Hilltop boss in a very early state. We got that life over and over again. This bit here is really mean. That's actually quite mean. I assume this is still a pit. Oh no, it's not a pit of never-ending death. I thought it might have been. Or it might have been the next pit. I came very close to falling into a pit of never-ending death of some sort there. Yeah, this is very different level because I don't think I can jump up there. Oh no, I can. Never doubt me. I am perfect at this. Yeah, some very, very different level design here. That's... yeah, Act 2 has some very different designs. This time with actual enemies and whatnot to warrant it being there. Ow, yeah, there's a demonstration of the spike bug. I don't want to play that level anymore. Knowing that there's no checkpoints as well just makes it... I don't press A and B. Don't go back to Emerald Hill Zone. I guess we can explore Hidden Palace. Well, it's still here. Let's see if there's been anything done to it. I'm assuming we probably... yeah, that's still a Tails one-up monitor. I'm assuming no progress is going to happen here. Sadly. Get in there. Get in there. There we go. Number 3. Still got a music bug. Music IDs are still playing the wrong thing. We're now playing the Casino Night Zone 2-player music. Doesn't look like this has any... yeah, no. It's in the same state it was at Nick Arcade. This level's had no progress made to it whatsoever. Can't break this. It was fun while it lasted. Hidden Palace is nothing worth. Alright. Oil Ocean Zone is still using Casino Night music. This is still incomplete. There's a whole assortment of just crap around here. What the hell? This is barely complete. Bit bug. I think we've seen all we need to see of Oil Ocean Zone. What's next on the... oh, Casino Night Zone. Oh, nice, nice. Very, very nice. A complete pink version of the stage, even if there's no items in it. It still looks quite buggy, but it's a bit more playable now. Look at that. Oh wow, this is really cool. And I was then running on nothing. So it seems like level design was starting to be put in place before the doesn't look like we can progress farther. Yeah, because it just drops off there. Yeah. So level design is not fully complete yet. But it's nice to see at least a playable version of Casino Night with the pink design and artwork. That's pretty cool. I think that's cool, but there's like not much else you can go. I'd turn on debug mode, but like, I want to see if Act 2 actually has anything of both. Hello, debug mode. Right. So it's still very much broken. Yeah, my button combinations to load up the level select aren't working today. Chemical plant, I've seen Genocide City. Yeah, still a mess of pixels. So this stage is just a mess. Neo Green Hill? Or Aquatic Realm? We have something here. Going as in, this is probably... Yeah. So we've still got some Summon Y elements here. No enemies yet. But it seems like... I do want to check though if there's actually any... The water section has actually been made for Act 2 yet. It doesn't seem like the water section at all has been made in Act 1 either. And I just kind of rolled into death right there. Act 2. Now the big thing I want to see here is whether the underwater section at the start has actually been made or not. No. So that's still incomplete. Not much work seems to finish that. Death Exam. Nothing. It's just a mess. Last thing we check before we load up the next one. Special state. And we're just left on this. Cool. Alright. So, I'm going to load up the next one, which is this one, I believe. Okay, so we have a Sega splash screen now. That actually works. We have... Wow, okay. We have some different stuff going on here. First off, Sega splash screen. That's there. This is the pre-beta prototype. So this is a different file now. We're moved on to pre-beta. This is September 14th, 1992 is the build date. So a couple weeks from the final build date. We might have some more stuff, actually. We'll see what happens. We have a title screen, for one. The 2-player versus option is now here. I see what happens if it's slow down. I want to select those sometime, but... Ooh, title cards. Incredibly work in progress, but a title card nonetheless. Tails has more AI, it looks like. Level design is starting to look a lot more complete now. Doesn't look like there's too many changes here in terms of Emerald Pearl though. yeah. Tails' AI seems to be finished now. That's good. How many more bosses do we have now? I bet you there's a lot more bosses. Tails is still having problems, but he seems a lot more complete than he was before. Still no scorecards yet. I like these work in progress title cards. And it does show that Emerald Hill was indeed called Green Hill at some point. It's called Green Hill then again. This is looking a lot more like the finished product. We're still missing checkpoints though. I haven't encountered a single checkpoint in this build. Or the last build for that matter. Hey, correct boss music. Hey, doesn't come straight down anymore. Good job. And okay, so we're at final boss behavior now. So, okay. Boss music actually turned up now. Still no animal capsules yet. Chemical plant. I can just play this. This is fun. Do we have enemies in chemical plant? We'll see. We still have slanted edges. We have more objects in chemical plant. We have we have enemies. Ooh, look at that. That's a beautiful prototype right there. Did I grab species? I must have. I like the prototype design being more blue instead of red. Yeah, this looks a lot more complete than was before. We actually have enemies. Apparently I read that there's only 3 bosses in the August build, or the Alpha build. Which is, I think it's Emerald Hill, which has been around since Nick Arcade. I think Hilltop, and I think Mystic Cave's the other. Thanks, Tails. I think Mystic Cave's the other one. That's still a physics. Get squashed with those Tails. This has changed the very slightest bit. They've just moved this one up. This one that I've just jumped on up a little bit. Aside from the slanted edges on the loops, this is far more complete than it was in the last build. Look at that. I don't need to try jumping, I just need to go. Still go straight up there, but that visual bug that was in the last build is fixed now. This one is called the pre-beta build. And is presumably like a beta 1 or a beta 2. Is what many people think of it as. Although pre-beta I think works fine, as I don't think this is actually the first of... Don't know how you get out of those things. Do you shake left and right? I never actually figured it out. Not even in Generations where you could do it. Oh, I don't have to worry about Outruns. Yeah, that's a problem. They twist around in the wrong way, actually. I'm gonna load. Final splash screen's cool. I assume that... Yeah, so Aquatic Ruin's still called Neo Green Hell. Is it actually complete? Oh my god, there's holes and stuff. There's my favorite Pokemon. Can I go down in the water? Yes, I can! Go away. Go away too. The entire thing comes down. Oh no, that was just that. Tails. Wait a minute. What happens if Tails drowns? I wanna see this. Nothing, but I've lost all music now. Seems like the underwater portions still have stuff to go. Because the underwater sections are not complete yet. Completely different level design right there. Ta-da! Seems like the parallax scrolling has been fixed. Stop. Okay, this is great and all, but use the underwater section at the start of Act 2 there. Try to remember I'm not jumping right into it every time. Hidden Palace is still listed, but Wood Zone is now gone. Go down. Yes! We have at least some level design. They finally got around to actually doing this section. Some different enemy colors. It seems like an enemy that's used in Sonic 3. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Let's go down the level select list. Tropical Zone. Come back. Still some rings that aren't in place yet. Stab it there. Take this one. Seems like Tails still has at least... What are you doing? Stop. I just fell through the wall. Tails, slow down. Tails! Jesus Christ, I thought this got to Take this level. Nah! I did not need you to be here. Right, so level design is starting to be a lot more complete now. This is looking pretty much complete. There's still a couple of problems with the spin dash I'm finding. Mainly Sonic doesn't spin a ball. There's blacks up there. Oh, one thing I do want to check out. Does a special stage exist in this build? Hey, buddy. Go down. Right. Get in there. So we're at complete level design basically. I don't think there's much changes actually between this and this build. No! Dumb thing. Son of a bitch. Stupid enemy. That's a bit further on than it was in the... I think I'm pretty good on Metropolis Zone for the time being. Hilltop. Still bottomless pit there. Doesn't look like there's much to actually note of Hilltop. Hidden Palace is still listed. You can't select Hidden Palace. Oil Ocean's still using Casino Night music, but is a lot more complete than it was in the last build. It has enemies. We have object placement. A really odd music choice for Oil Ocean Zone. Seen some different level design in Oil Ocean as well. Not that much though, honestly. This one's not that bad at all. It's far more complete than it was in the last build. I'll give them that. For sure. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. Okay. We'll come down here. Yeah. Go. Bang. How come I couldn't hit it? That was really weird. Anyway. Played this game too many times. The retractables. Can't tell if that was retractable spikes or not. Oh. I forgot. This was too bloody long. It just keeps going. Go. The actual Oil Ocean music would be in the game, I'm sure. It's just not used yet for some reason. Black Bug's still here. Took him a damn long time to fix the spike bug. Well, it was definitely called Dust Hill Zone. This looks exactly the same as the last build. I don't think there's any changes here at all. Dumb enemy placement being one of them. Yeah, this doesn't look any different. This looks the same as the last one. Some interesting enemy location. Is there going to be actual... Is there going to be actual object placement later on? Object placement. Object placement. Well, that's fun. Might be able to actually complete this stage now. Sounds good at successfully launching me in the right direction. You can just use that to get up there, I believe. Well, that's definitely complete. More complete than it was. Still need to fix the signpost. Some places. Okay. Casino night. What the hell is this ring placement? Wow, what the hell is this? This is completely different. Do we go down? Do we actually have... Whoa. Whoa. Calm down. Calm down. Holy crap. Right. So we have more complete level design. We have blocks. Art styles now final. Weird. There's a block here. Huh. Yeah. Wow. This is very, very different. Up there. Go up. Now, I'll give them this. This is different. But this is, like, good different. So... I'll figure this out. I'm just gonna go this way. Wow. So, I'm gonna play this for a bit. This is actually different. Love's gonna happen quickly. Oh, okay, I'll just do it. There's a lot more rings here than there is in the final game. Like, there is so much more rings. I assume the level order from the get-go is starting to get a lot more finalized now. I just sit through the wall. I love this game. Yeah, there's a lot more rings there than there was before. I'm gonna keep going. We'll play this level. Doesn't look like enemies have been placed in Casino Night Zone yet, but like everything else seems to have been basically finalized, although the amount of rings is insane. There is so much more rings here than there is in the final. Beautiful. Random bit of something happening there. I don't know what that was. I tell. That bumper's in the worst spot. Why is that bumper there? Why is that bumper there? Stop. Stop. It's become the bane of my existence. Oh my god, the rings! I am kind of happy they scaled back on the rings a bit in the final. There is a lot of rings here. We're done. We're nearing the end of the stage. We have a casino night boss. Yes, we do. In the very, very early stages. Holy crap, that's a very early stage. But right, it went down in 3 hits. Okay. Okay. That's a boss if I've ever seen one before. Right, so yeah, level order is starting to be a lot more complete than it was before. Let's move on to... pretty much checked every single level out here. Okay. Skytrace. Playing the Fortress music. It's really odd, but yeah, it's Skychase Zone. They did and successfully put in Skychase Zone in the 2 weeks since the last build. It's been about a month since the last build. There's a lot of changes happening here. Casino Night's still very incomplete. Seems to me that Casino Night was one of the last stages built. Well, this is definitely looking complete. I do not have this much trouble in Skychase Zone. Oh my god. Yep, I died. That was Skychase Zone. I'm assuming it's not that much different. Still a few things I want to check out. As we have Sky Fortress Zone. Cutscenes in place. What the hell? That was a thing that happened. Don't know what that was. Okay, so Sky Fortress is very complete. Alright, okay. So they've just put these platforms down so that you can actually get through the stage. These seem to be, placement. Can I go through here? Sweet. Why is that up? No lock on the tornado or anything. Alright, Death Egg Zone. There's something here. Silver Sonic is coming down very, very slowly. It's just when Fortress is music. You do a completely different pattern. Yeah, I'm very happy that you come down a lot quicker than you do. Yeah, he zooms across first. I don't want to check if the Death Egg robot's there, because I don't want to adapt to still the Sonic's new strategy. Okay. Special stage. Oh my god, there's something. Oh my god, what the hell is this? Broken incomplete special stage. Oh my god, this is very incomplete. Oh, this is great. I love this. Jumping is so slow. Right, so yeah, this is incomplete. Things are a lot slower than they are in the funnel, but it's very touchy. Like, wow. Seems very automatic. Like, I don't really have much control. Well, this is an experience, that's for sure. Yay. Yeah, it's just literally taking pieces from different areas. This is extremely incomplete. And I'm not touching the controller right now, it's doing bits of this automatically. Incomplete special stage. Alright. 2-player just loads the main game in 2-player mode. 2-player mode actually works! I do want to test one thing. So 2-player versus just seems to load 2-player versus. What happens if I beat Emerald Hill Zone? This stage just ends. So 2 players still in a state of early workings. It isn't fully complete yet. Do bosses appear in 2-player mode? So the actual core isn't designed for the 2-player mode just yet. I do want to check if the boss spawns in 2-player mode. Okay. And it's very broken. Good day. This is a very broken boss. I died. Dying completely resets it. So, yeah, 2-player mode's kind of all over the place right now. Tails no longer follows me, though. He's on his own. What's up, Tails? But, it's still very much focused on player 1. And there's no actual stage select yet. Okay, let's do the last build that I want to look at. This is the CENSOR prototype, which has a build of some point after but before beta 4. It's called Emerald Hill now. So apparently this build was leaked and faked out years ago, like just before the game released, and faked to be the main proper actual final game. It's assumed by many people that this is the fabled beta 3 or whatever. There are still some things that exist in this proto that don't exist in beta 4. This is really strange. I don't actually have a build date for this one. We have scorecards now. Okay. That's cool. I don't have an actual build date for this one, but it's sometime between September 14th, was the last one, and the build date for Beta 4, which was like September 21st or something. There isn't a lot of time between. We can go in there now. So, finalizing designs for MLP 2. Checkpoints! Makes me so happy to see checkpoints. Still some oddities in level design from Simon Y and whatnot, but this is basically looking far more complete than the final game as it was. Level select's automatically activated on all three of them. We have checkpoints. That's pretty cool. I assume that Hidden Palace is still selectable. I assume... Yeah, we can't select Hidden Palace. Dust Hill is now officially called Mystic Cave. I think the game can be beaten in this build. I don't know though. This is looking more complete than it was before. Yeah, this is looking far more complete than it was before. Yeah, objects aren't in the wrong places anymore. This is basically a complete game by this point. I do want to test if the spike bug still exists. I think it does, because I think it does in Beta 4. This is now changed to what it is in the final. Beautiful. So yeah, Mystic Cave layout's now basically final. We still have problems with signposts being in the ground, though. That's a big problem. I'm probably not going to spend too long on this one. This one's kind of... yeah. What's special stage look like? Do we have completed special stages, or are they still... very, very different to the ones we have in the final. I did mention in the 4th Minus video that Beta 4 has different special stages than the final game. It looks like these are even more different. Tails, stop grabbing my link. Very, very different designs. Very different designs. Tails. Well, it's definitely completable now. I'll give them that. I feel it's an absolute shame that I haven't. You can collect Chaos Emeralds. Is Super Sonic available? I think he is. Although he's probably in a very early state at this point. Gems bonus, huh? What the hell does that mean? No longer Neo Green Hell. Yeah, like, the backstory behind this prototype was, like, it was dumped back when the game came out. Like, it got received when it came out. And it was, like, fakely produced on a cart and sold to people as if it was the final game. Kind of like the Simon Wire prototype was. Except this one could be passed off as the final game far more than, this one could be passed off as the final game much more than, the Simon Wire prototype ever could. Still some level design problems, though. For the most part, though, this looks complete. Tails, don't you dare drown. Yeah, this is getting to the point where the differences are starting to become very, very minimal. Sky Fortress is now Wing Fortress, yeah. So level design names are actually complete now. Sky Fortress is still in a very early state, it looks like, but it's probably more complete than it is in the last book that we did. Yeah. There's a thing there that's not there. Still a very dangerous state. There's only a couple more stairs I want to check. Death Egg now plays the correct music. Boss music still doesn't spawn. So, you don't get to hear the Death Egg Zone theme all the way through very often. These doors are wrong. You can go a lot further back against the Death Egg robot than you can in the final. You usually only have a very small space behind the Death Egg robot in the final. So they move the actual placement of the Death Egg robot. I got 6 hits on him right there. I wonder how many hits it takes to... Yeah. Oh. I don't know how many hits it'll take to defeat the Death Egg robot. Because I have a feeling it'll be 8. I'm not having playthrough levels of struggle with the Death Egg robot here. So I struggled on the Death Egg robot in the playthrough for some reason. I wouldn't mind actually seeing if the ending is intact in this build or not. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, it's 8 hits. Not 12. Not yet. No ending yet. It just cuts back. No options. 2-player mode now has a stage selection. Correct music is in place. That's cool. Gonna test if the 2-player mode's actually final level right now. Seems that... So 2-player mode have an updated level design that the 1-player mode does not? Yeah, it looks like... Looks like Eggman monitors don't work the way they're intended to. Right. So 2-player mode seems to be working now. One more thing I want to check. press the right button. So the songs are all there. Oil Ocean Zone's music is there, actually. That was one thing I wanted to check. Alright, Oil Ocean is the right music now. Still need to check if there's spike bugs in this version. What's a good level to go to test? Probably Emerald Hill Zone. Need to go on the bottom route there. I've been on the bottom route in Emerald Hill in a long time. Good way to test. I don't think it's this stage. I think it's Act 2 that actually has. It's also good to actually be able to hit checkpoints as well. Hey, stop. Go around me. Okay. Well, Tails, you and your dumb crap can stay in here for a while. It's not this stage, it's Act 2. Damn it! Okay, whatever. Go past. Cool. Emulation, being able to speed up things if you don't want to do all this. Okay, we're testing out Spike Bug, which I believe is still in the game at this point. Shut up, Tails. Good point that I can be stuck between two segments. This bit right here. Coming up soon. Good test. Spike Bug is still there. Very much still there. Okay. That's all I wanted to check out. That's everything. Sensor Prototype really doesn't have as much that's interesting because it's much closer to the front end. Still some minor level design changes and whatnot. But that's going to be it for this update live stream to the Sonic 2 LP. Yeah. Cool. So I'll see you all for whatever's next, which will probably be more Third Quest. So I'll see you